Hello, welcome back. I'm Dennis with bestmytest.com. Today we're going to continue talking about the Ielts speaking test, and today's topic is bags. Lots and lots of bags. Today we're going to talk about things that can help you answer questions like, do you usually carry a bag? What types of bags do you carry? What do you put in your bag? And what kinds of bags do women like to buy? Those are some example questions. Let's get into it. Okay, before I get into it, these categories, they're not set in stone. It's not black and white. Something might be a shoulder bag, but it could also be considered a handbag maybe, or maybe even like a tote bag. So I just want to let you know that the categories aren't so rigid. Okay, first up, we have a shoulder bag. And a shoulder bag is a bag you wear on your shoulder. It's got a strap that you put on your shoulder. Now, typically, a lot of women use this as a purse. It's a strap that goes like that and hangs down with the bag here. It could also be something that's called a satchel, or which is like this, that goes over the shoulder like that. Right? That's also technically a shoulder bag because it's got a strap that goes over your shoulder. But it's also called a satchel. Okay. So next up, we got backpack. And this is what you probably put your books in when you went to school. It's a bag that you wear. You have two straps on that go over your shoulders, right? And this is a perfect example of a backpack. Very simple. Two straps go on your back. Now, what I said about the categories, right? So a backpack, that's a backpack, but a rucksack is kind of like a very big backpack. And a rucksack is what you use if you go traveling. Or in America, we say backpacking, where you have a very big backpack or a rucksack that you can put all your stuff and live pretty much out of the bag, we call it, for weeks, months even. So that's an example of what I mean, that sometimes the categories aren't so clear. Okay, so the next up is handbag. And handbag is what I often think of as a woman's purse. It is a small bag that you keep personal items in, and it has straps, usually has straps, but they're not long, and because you hold the straps in your hand, right? Because it's a handbag, right? Or it's also very commonly called a purse. Okay, so next bag is a briefcase. And this is something that you often see in the business world. And that is the rectangular, it looks like a small suitcase, right? It looks like a small suitcase. And it's where business people keep their important documents. They go into a meeting, they carry their briefcase, set it on the table, click, click, and open it up and get down to business. These are usually black, sometimes brown. But if you're looking to kind of level up your game in terms of business or professionalism, a briefcase will do that for you. All right, so rucksack, like I talked about, is a very big backpack, and it's used for extended travel. Extended travel. I backpacked through South America for a year once, lived out of a rucksack for a year. Pretty fun. Also not fun. All right, so next up is bum bag. Bum bag. Now, bum is slang for your rear end, for your butt. And that's because these are the little bags that you click around your waist and you have a part that hangs on your bum. Now, in America, I'm an American. In America, we don't say bum bag. We say fanny pack. Why do we say fanny pack? Because fanny is a slang term for your bum, right? So it kind of means the same thing, just different words. And those, you'll see, those are like when you go out to the beach maybe, or you go for a run, people put on a fanny pack, put on a bum bag, put their essentials in there and take off. Okay, next is tote bags. And these are, and tote is a way to kind of like, it means to carry something. And tote bags are, they could be plastic, but in these day and age, they're usually made out of cloth. And they have short straps, and they're big and rectangular. And that's why you can tote around, you can carry around maybe your books if you're going to the library, it's what I use them for. Or maybe you're going to go pick up a few things at the grocery store, you just take your tote bag and put them in there. And so but they have short straps, right? But they're different than handbags. Handbags have short straps, right? Yeah, they do. So what's the difference? The difference is tote bags have more carrying space, typically. A handbag is really for personal items, and it's typically women who carry handbags. So they carry lipstick and mirrors and keys and money, wallets, stuff like that in there. So if you were asked, what type of bag do you usually carry, you might answer something like, well, if I have a business meeting come up, I'm sure to take my briefcase. Maybe I need some documents, but I really just want to project that kind of image to the people I'm doing business with. But I also like to run on the weekends down by the beach, and for that I strap on my bum bag with my phone and essentials so that I can be very lightweight. But if I'm going to the grocery store, definitely going to bring my tote bag. Actually, I have 2 of them so that I don't have to use up plastic and pollute the environment, and I can carry my goods home in my tote bag. Okay, and so grocery bags. Now, grocery bags, if you're in America, a grocery bag is typically a plastic bag. And back in the day, it was a paper bag. And so you can still get them paper bags, you can still get plastic bags, but it could also be a tote bag. So sometimes these might be the same thing. Like you might say, hey, get the grocery bag, let's go to the grocery, but it's actually a tote bag, right? That's what I mean. The categories are they're not rigid. So grocery bags, and so the ones now, they're usually made out of cloth. The new ones are made out of cloth, or they're plastic. Okay, and the last one are expensive designer bags. And these are designer brands. This is Gucci and Prada and whatever else. I don't really know. I don't really keep up with that stuff. Okay, so expensive designer bags. These are, of course they're about the function of the bag. Of course that's important, but it's also about the look, about being the kind of person who carries a designer bag. All right, okay, let's add some Ielts context. If you were asked, what types of bags do women usually buy, or do women like to buy? You could answer something like this. Well, I see a lot of women shopping at the malls, and they're usually looking at shoulder bags or handbags. And this is because women carry purses more often than men do. And most women that I know really enjoy shopping for expensive designer bags. Maybe they don't buy, maybe they're just window shopping, but they do like to spend time looking at expensive designer bags. So over here we got some more vocabulary words. And these are about bags, kind of like parts of bags. And the first is pouch. And then we got pocket. And a lot of people think pouch and a pocket is the same thing. And they're not really the same thing. A pocket is like a small carrying space that's sewn into a larger item. Sewn into a larger item. So your pants usually have pockets. They're sewn in there, right? Your bag has pockets. It's sewn into the bag. But a pouch is usually just a very small bag on its own, right? You might have like a pouch for your coins, for example, and you might put that into your bag. But the big difference here between these two is that pouch is independent. It's by itself. It's its own thing. And the pocket is part of a larger thing. And the next is a zipper. And that is the thing that closes a bag or closes a jacket. And it's called a zipper because it is really fast to close. And it zips by, right? And that's why we call it a zipper, really. And actually in French they call it a fermeture éclair, which means lightning closure, right? Because it was a new thing. When it came out, zipper was new. It was like, wow, this is a new way to close stuff. It's super fast. So zippers can be an important part of an item if you're looking to buy a bag, right? The kind of the zipper, the quality of a zipper is important because if it breaks, it's not good. Okay, next is the strap, right? So this could be the straps on a rucksack, the strap on a shoulder bag, the straps on a handbag, but pretty much all of these bags have straps. Now they might be thick, they might be thin, they might be cloth, they might be denim, they might be leather, but they all have straps. And that's an essential part of talking about a bag. Okay, so if you were asked, for example, what do you usually put in your bags? You might say something like, well, if I'm going on an overnight trip, I'll take my backpack and I'll put a change of clothes in the backpack. In the front pocket, I'll keep my ID and some cash. And I also have a pouch inside my bag with some loose change in case I need to take that out and pay the bus or something like that. So that's how you might answer that question. All right, we got two more vocabulary words here. The first is buckle. And you'll find buckles on bags, you'll find them on belts, you'll find them on seat belts. In America, we actually say buckle up, and that means to put your seatbelt on. So the buckle is the part of the bag where one end slips into the other. So you have this end that comes into here and it buckles, right? So this is a buckle and it buckles. So buckle could be both a noun and a verb. So that's buckle. The last one is latch. Now you're not going to find latch on any of these bags except a briefcase. Except a briefcase. And the latch is that thing if you've seen in the movie or you have one or your dad has one or somebody has one and you've seen people kind of go into a meeting and they set their briefcase down and they go click, click, and those two things pop up. Those are the latches of the briefcase. And a briefcase has those because usually the items in a briefcase are really important. And a latch can be locked. It's a higher level of security than, in a rucksack or a backpack, for example. Okay, let's put that into an Ielts context. Let's imagine you were asked, what do you look for when you're buying a new bag? You might answer something like this. When I'm buying a new bag, the first thing I look for is what it's made out of. And I'm looking for a quality bag, so that probably means leather or a high quality cotton or denim. Next, I check out the straps because I know if the straps aren't any good, the bag's not going to be any good. And then I have a look at the buckle or the zipper because I know that if those are low quality, they're likely to break first. And if they break, a lot of the functionality of the bag is gone. But of course, if I'm buying a briefcase, the latches of the briefcase are really important because I want my documents and the things I carry in my briefcase to be secure. All right, so that is the Ielts speaking about bags. And like I said in the beginning, the categories are a little bit vague, a little bit blurry. So we talked about different kinds of bags, we talked about different parts of bags. For more Ielts speaking questions, please go to bestmytest.com. And I'll see you in the next video.